anyone be more excited about a new Book of the Month Club box? I don't think so. So I am Rose, I am at home, and I am opening my new Book of the Month Club box. These were my picks for October, and it was another month that they hit it out of the park. This is not sponsored. They don't know that I'm doing these. They don't know anything about me other than I started getting Book of the Month back in June, July or so. It's not been very long, and I have been so impressed month after month. Now last month, there weren't that many new things I was interested in, but I did manage to pick something that I am very excited for. The rest were things that I had been looking at for a while. This box is pretty much almost all new things, and I am here for it. So without further ado, because I know you're wondering what I picked, here are the things I got. This was my main selection, and I am so excited. It is called The Leftover Woman, and it is by Kwok or Wok. I am unsure how to say it, but okay, check that. It's probably gonna mess up my... Look at that cover. Like, how cool does this book look? It just looks amazing. So, oh, so excited. Okay. Jasmine Yang arrives in New York City from her rural Chinese village without money or family support, fleeing a controlling husband on a desperate search for the daughter who was taken from her at birth, another female casualty of China's controversial one-child policy. But with her husband on her trail, the clock is ticking, and she's forced to make increasingly risky decisions if she ever hopes to be reunited with her daughter. Meanwhile, publishing executive Rebecca Whitney seems to have it all. A prestigious family name and the wealth that comes with it, a high-powered career, a beautiful home, a handsome husband, and an adopted Chinese daughter she adores. She even hired a nanny to help her balance the demands of being a working wife and mother. When an industry scandal threatens to jeopardize not only Rebecca's job, but her marriage, this perfect world begins to crumble, and her role in her own family is called into question. The Leftover Woman finds these two unforgettable women on a shocking collision course, twisting, suspenseful, and surprisingly poignant. This is a profound exploration of identity and belonging, motherhood and family. It is a story of two women in a divided city, separated by severe economic and cultural differences, yet bound by a deep emotional connection to a child. Oh my God, y'all. Does that not sound amazing and heartbreaking? And I know I'm gonna have all the feels. For me, books with all the feels are like November books. That's where I'm thinking almost everything in this box is going to end up is on that November TBR. I wanted things that were heavier, that were moodier, that were more tugging on the heartstrings, and I think I have picked a winner. I'm so excited for this. Okay, so if you remember, I said that you get to pick 4 add-ons and they're $11.99 a piece. Just under 12 bucks for hardcover books is a really great deal. And again, I'm so excited for these books. The next thing I picked is called The Unsettled, and it is by Ayana Mathis. I'm gonna get me out of the way so you can see that cover. How beautiful is that? Oh my gosh. That's just lovely. Okay, so excited. From the moment Ava Carson and her 10-year-old son, Toussaint, arrived at the Glen Avenue Family Shelter in Philadelphia, Ava is already plotting a way out. She is repulsed by the shelter's squalid conditions, the filthy bathrooms, the barely edible food, and the shifty night security guard. She is determined to rescue her son from the perils and indignities of that place, and to save herself from the complicated past that led them there. Ava has been estranged from her mother, Duchess, since leaving her Alabama home as a young woman. Despite the 1,000 miles between them, mother and daughter are deeply entwined, but Ava can't forgive her sharp-tongued, larger-than-life mother, whose interactability and bouts of despair brought young Ava to the outer reaches of neglect and hunger. Ava wants to love her son differently, better. But when Toussaint's father, Cass, reappears, she is swept off course by his charisma. The intoxicating power of his radical vision for racial justice and utopic communal living will lead her to transcendence and tragedy. In Alabama, Duchess struggles to keep Bonaparte, once a beacon of black freedom and self-determination, in the hands of its last 5 black residents. Families whose lives have been rooted in this stretch of land for generations, and away from the rapidly encroaching white developers. She fights against the erasure of Bonaparte's venerable history and the loss of the land itself, which she has arduously preserved as Ava's inheritance. As Ava becomes enmeshed with Cass, Toussaint senses the danger simmering all around him. His well-intentioned but erratic mother, the intense, volatile figure of his father who drives his fledgling Philadelphia community toward instability and violence. He begins to dream of Duchess and Bonaparte, his home and birthright, if only he can find his way there. A brilliant, explosive, vitally important new work from one of America's most fiercely talented storytellers. Does that not sound amazing? Another one that sounds like full of heart tugs and full of just overwhelming emotion and heavy story, and I am so here for this. The next thing I picked is The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. Check that cover. How adorable is that? It's just beautiful. Oh my goodness, that is just lovely. It's another one new to Book of the Month this month, and I cannot wait. So let me tell you what it's about. In the small mountain town of Jasper, North Carolina, June Farrow was waiting for fate to find her. The Farrow women are known for their thriving flower farm and for the mysterious curse that has plagued their family line. The whole town remembers the madness that led to Susanna Farrow's disappearance, leaving her daughter, June, to be raised by her grandmother and haunted by rumors. It's been a year since June started seeing and hearing things that aren't there. Faint wind chimes, a voice calling her name, and a mysterious door appearing out of nowhere. Signs of what June has always known is coming. But June is determined to end the curse once and for all, even if she must sacrifice the hope of love and a family of her own. After her grandmother's death, June discovers a series of cryptic clues regarding her mother's disappearance, except these only lead to more questions. But could the door she once assumed was a hallucination be the answer she's been searching for? The next time it appears, June realizes that she can touch it and walk through the threshold. And when she does, she embarks on a journey that will not only change both the past and the future, but also uncover the lingering mysteries of her small town and entangle her heart in an epic, star-crossed love. How amazing does that sound? That sounds so good. It sounds like such an adventure. We got family, we've got heartbreak, we've got magical, mystical doors, and I guess there's gonna be love. Oh, I'm so excited. I cannot wait. The next thing I picked has probably the best book title I have ever heard in my life, and it is The Unfortunate Side Effects of Heartbreak and Magic. And it is by Breanne Randall. Look at that. I mean, the cover is adorable, yes, but the title is so good. So I think this is a cozy fantasy type thing. I'm not 100%, but it might end up being a hug book. I'm always on the lookout for those because I have discovered I am totally in love with them. So let me see. Sadie Revelaire has always believed that the curse of 4 heartbreaks that accompanies her magic would be worth the price. But when her grandmother is diagnosed with cancer with only weeks to live, and her first heartbreak, Jack McNeely, returns to town after a decade, her carefully structured life begins to unravel. With the news of their grandmother's impending death, Sadie's estranged twin brother Seth returns to town, bringing with him deeply buried family secrets that threaten to tear Sadie's world apart. Their grandmother has been the backbone of the family for generations, and with her death, Sadie isn't sure she'll have the strength to keep the family and her magic together. As feelings for Jake begin to rekindle and with her grandmother growing sicker by the day, Sadie faces the last of her heartbreaks, and she has to decide, is love more important than magic? It doesn't sound like a hug book, but it does sound really good. It sounds like there might be some romance. Hopefully it's romance that I will enjoy. I really can't wait to get to this. I think it's going to be so heartwarming and heart-wrenching and all of the things and all of the feels, and I can't wait. And the last thing I picked, I will absolutely not put on my November TBR because I am starting to build my December TBR with In a Holidaze. How cute! By Christina Lauren. I learned last year that I love reading Christmassy holiday stories in December. I did murder stories and mysteries last year, so I still want to find some of those, but I'm really excited to try also some holiday romance because it's my first year in my own house for the holidays, and that's kind of what I want, is just the sweet, either mysterious or romantic holiday season. So this came out in 2020, so it's a couple of years old. You can still get things from back in the 20-teens on Book of the Month. I've looked through those things, so it's not just new releases. You can get things from multiple years back, 2020, and I am here for it. Let me tell you what it's about. It's the most wonderful time of the year, but not for Maylin Jones. She's living with her parents, hates her going nowhere job, and has just made a romantic error of epic proportions. But perhaps worst of all, this is the last Christmas May will be at her favorite place in the world, the snowy Utah cabin where she and her family have spent the holidays every year since she was born, along with two other beloved families. Mentally melting down as she drives away from the cabin for the final time, May throws out what she thinks is a simple plea to the universe. Please, show me what will make me happy. The next thing she knows, tires screech and metal collides, everything goes black. But when May gasps awake, she's on an airplane bound for Utah, where she begins the same holiday over again. With one hilarious disaster after another sending her back to the plane, May must figure out how to break free of the strange time loop and finally get her true love under the mistletoe. Jam-packed with Yuletide cheer, an unforgettable cast of characters, and Christina Lauren's trademark downright hilarious hijinks, this swoon-worthy romantic read will make you believe in the power of wishes and the magic of holidays. Yes, please. I am so excited. It's gonna be hard to wait until December, except I have those other books that I know will make November a ton of fun. So here is the full stack, and I'm loving them all so much. This might just be my favorite book of the month box yet. I've had others that I've loved too, but right now I am feeling each and every one of these, and I hope you are too. I am going to leave a playlist instead of just a video here, and it is all of my other book of the month unboxings. Again, they're not paying me, nothing is free. I paid for this myself. Believe me, I paid for this myself. It's just something that I love sharing with you, and I hope that you enjoyed this. I'm gonna leave that playlist somewhere here, and I would love to have you check that out if you're at all interested in the type of things that I pick or in what Book of the Month offers. And so, in the meantime, I really hope that you have an amazing week and that you get to read some really amazing books. Bye, y'all.